Let's do that. Well, I'm going to do more work on the 10th of Morrison here. I'll title it a little differently, but that's where this is located. The canopy of trees at 10th of Morrison. So I think I kind of changed my setup here a little bit. So bear with me. I think I need to move this camera back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, can you do it? Oh, we'll get there. You get to see this whole thing. I'm going to change that out, move that out of the way. Bear with me, setting up the studio live. Well, no. Well, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to work with, but I'm going to do some adjusting because I have not been happy with my setup. So we are going to get this going here and let's just paint. Oh, couldn't help myself. Okay. I got a lot of light coming through the windows, but we'll turn these on. I don't think I need the other one on. Okay, first thing first, get my, good, it's actually still liquid. There's the first step. Hey, Billy, how are you doing? This tree canopy goes on here at 10th of Morrison, and I wanted to emphasize the trees. So we're doing this urban things, you know. That's good. That's good that you're doing well. Right. Still getting through our snowstorm we've had. Second biggest snowstorm in history for Portland. We're not done. I mean, we woke up to 15 degrees at the house. 15 degrees. Holy crapolas, that's just cold. I hope my banana tree survives this. It's all covered, so I think it will, but 15 degrees. Ah, man. Ice everywhere. I went out last night a little bit. I had a friend actually come out here and it was quite interesting walking. Let's just put it that way. That was a historic storm. It's like, good grief. It's going to take a while to dig out from this one. You know, we have 11 inches of snow on the ground. That was like, oh, it was like, good grief. Portland, we're not supposed to get that. What do you do? Can't do anything about it, so get fret and whine about it, but you can't do anything about it. So just get along and do the best you can. Supposed to get up in the 40s today. That will help a lot. So the sun's out and we're closing in on freezing right now, and so we'll start seeing this snow melt. And the big thing is the ice. The ice is the worst. Yeah, it's just it's terrible. This is 10th and Morrison. It's downtown Portland. And I've done another painting of 10th and Morrison, but that was a different angle. And this is the emphasis on the urban trees, since we're going into the urban tree era. This the new series is the urban trees. Okay. If I shut up, I actually might be able to finish this one today. Boom, boom, boom. Mars, black. One more of that. I have to order some more paint, I see. That's all right. For my show. It's scandal, so boo. Oh, I had a few dragons painted. I'm gonna add a little more white, titanium white, that is. Just a little bit. Okay, let's go away. And happy birthday! All right. My goodness. Well, I got my 60th coming up, so yeah, big 6-0. Holy crapolas, I tell you. How the hell did we get to this point? It's only about a few days ago that I was in my 20s. I always tell young people, I said, before you know it, you're 50. Got news for you. Don't don't waste time worrying about things. Just get on with it. That's my word of advice for the day. Get on with it. I get so hung up on all of our problems and stuff like that, and I said, get on with it. You never know how fast that's going to go. Get on with it. Yes, a little bit. Yes, a little bit. Will not be on tomorrow. I've got to go down and pick up the parts, the paintings that did not sell. No, it's just true. It's amazing how fast that goes. Yeah, I'll tell you, it accelerates as you go too. This time in my life, I was supposed to be absolute emperor of the world and the universe and anything that lies beyond it. It didn't happen. So, oh well, what the heck, huh? It's a reflection of the sun. We're gonna keep doing that. Boom, 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 boom. There's no fee. And I'll tell you what, I absolutely resent some of these galleries now that are doing that. I said, my God, you hit them with a hanging fee, you hit them with 60% of the profit, you force them to pay for framing. I hate those places. Stay away from those places. I'm just going to tell you that one right now. Stay away from them because they're just absolute scam artists. That's all they are. Yeah, it's just like, oh no, I have a strong opinion about those people, very strong because, I mean, I mean, you're the artist, and it ends up actually costing you to sell a painting there. And it's just like, and they sit on their butts and do nothing. Okay, you hit a nerve there, Billy. I can't believe these hanging fees now. It's like, oh no, no, yeah, that is just ridiculous. I just can't believe that we've gone to that point. It's like, and I can tell you what, any bar that tries to do that to me, they're done. And not only will I not show in their place, I won't drink in their place. I'll now tell people that they have lousy drinks. It's a warning to any bar. Oh yeah, yeah. Billy, I mean seriously, but I'm just telling you, these people are something else. I mean, they sit there and they, uh, oh my gosh. Oh, and I'll tell you what, the most overused word is exposure. Be very careful of that word too. They sound like they're doing you a favor, and when I show at a bar, I usually I my openings I tend to have a band, I have everything, they get a certain cut, and plus people come in to look at it, and guess what they do? They buy a drink. Yeah. Yeah, and more galleries are doing that because I guess they're getting away with it. It's just like, wow, why? Why are they getting away with that crap? I always remember a long time ago. This is years ago, and this is what I. Oh, it was a juried art show, and I just had moved down to Tacoma at that time. And I said, "Oh, I'll give this a try, see if I can't do something." And it was such a joke. You pay to get humiliated, and then they had the audacity to sit there and say, "Well, I'm sorry that this is before digital era. I'm sorry, you should have always had all your artwork professionally photographed." And then I got a postcard from them for every piece that beat me out. The first one up was three sticks, and I am not exaggerating, three sticks with a lacquered squash in the middle of it. That beat me out. And so, in other words, I was supposed to spend probably about $200 or $300 in photographs to get it professionally done to be rejected by somebody who entered a three sticks in a lacquered squash. It's like, don't get suckered in, Billy. I'm just going to tell you that one right now. Oh, sound terrible, don't I? It's just ridiculous. I had a gallery in London that wanted some of my pieces. I said, wow, oh, that's kind of cool. And then when you started realizing they actually rented you space in their gallery on how much space your piece took. And so bear in mind, I'm paying for shipping from the United States to London. And of course, I'd be responsible for the shipping to get it back if it didn't sell. Oh, it was just I was holy cow. Oh, again the shadows here. No, I'm just oh my goodness. I was just like, wow. Hey Larry, how you doing? But no, it's just astounding how bad they are sometimes. You're just like going, wow, that's all I could say. Wow. I remember reading an article on that, and they were just saying, my God, it's how much uh, we get ripped off. And it's so sad. And what's sad is they've been allowed to get away with it. You know, on a cherry note, got our painting going on here. The sun is out. It's cold as hell here in Portland. Jeez, man, this has not been a nice winter this year. And this, I mean, it wasn't that pleasant to begin with, but it was tolerable. But then, boy, we got hit with a wallop here, just massive. 11 inches of snow. I mean, that's just not right. Oh, well, what do you do? Ranting and raving over here. Yeah. Just a little bit. Okay. Get my Mars. Here. It's a brick building here. It's built in the 1920s. And you really don't see much of it here. So, but we're just going to put a little bit of it in there, just a little bit out. Yep. No, it is so cinnamon. Just a little bit. Yes. But no, I'm just astounded by that sometimes. Now, I'll tell you what, Billy, it's true. In the art industry, very careful. And when you get contacted, sometimes I'm probably too cautious, but when you get contacted by somebody, the first thing you need to ask yourself, and this may sound like a slamming yourself, you're not. You're being protective. Why are they contacting me in the first place? And I've had multiple times where they want you to promote on their page, but of course, that's going to cost you. I had one, they were serious. It was going to cost me something like $10 to $15 per day. And I was like, whoa, I don't think so. Oh, man. Like I said, you have to be so careful in this industry. You really do. And for me, I'm probably too jaded, but I'm just saying, you'd be surprised. They're out there. What it is, they tap into your desire to be highly successful in the art industry, and they make it sound like, oh, if you just would follow our advice, we're going to get you there. And the reality is they're just scammers. You're really going to go on there. But no, it's true. They are out there. Like both Anthony and I probably all ran into that one. Oh, just if you would just do this, we'd be so much more successful. That's why I say if you're not having fun doing art, then stop. I said, I don't think so. And you could tell they were kind of set up so it'd be hard to get it to stop once you realize you're being ripped off. Even if it's $10 or $15 per month, it's like, what are you doing? What? And I have learned numbers are not necessarily translated to sales. That's another thing, and that has taken me a long time to learn. It really has. Yeah, get my big fat gut out of the way. But it's true. It's taken a long time for me to grasp that one. Just because you have high numbers doesn't necessarily mean you're going to sell. I mean, they're out there. I tell you, they just know that they know what's right for you, and they're just professional scammers. Oh, I didn't. That's what I'm missing. I did some cleaning around my art room, and kind of. I think you probably have noticed I've altered the way the canvas is. I don't know if this is better or not. I've been frustrated, as you know. Clank, bam, crunch. Yeah, let's get this here. Gee, many crickets. There we go. Let's get these people in here. But I'm telling you, that's just yeah, just be very careful. Always be very cautious. That's my opinion. Boy, you get to look at this lovely thing. I'll get that off there. Good grief. All right, we got it. That's okay. Let's get these people in here. Yeah, like I said, be careful. Be very careful. And don't need to, I had one of the best advice given to me was from a fellow artist, and he was a friend of mine. And this one guy wanted to um, curate my artwork. And thank goodness my friend sat there and said, be very careful to sign a contract. He says, what they're going to do is you're going to sign a contract and they take over accounts that you yourself already set up, like in my case with like, let's say scandals and stuff like that. And and then they're going to want to take a cut of that, even though they haven't done a darn thing. And wow, was he ever right? That's exactly what he tried to get me to do. Is sign first thing was to sign a contract, and I decided against that, and you could tell he was disappointed. And it was the best thing it was one of the best advice I ever gotten. It's just like, and once again, what they do is they tap into your wanting to be able to do better, which is nothing wrong with that. But wow, they know how to tap into it. This is kind of like the music industry. I know a lot of people that are in the music industry, and same thing. They caught and they tap into you. That's what they do. They tap into that. Uh, Kind of looks like the guy's dancing here. We'll work on that. But he's crossing the street. That's what he's doing. He's crossing the street. But yeah, it's just really interesting. It falls, and they know exactly how to tap into your desire to do this. I got off on a tangent, didn't I? Greetings, greetings, and salutations, and all that rot. Okay. Well, tomorrow has been pretty doggone icy. Tell you. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I won't be on tomorrow. I have to pick up the artwork. So I'll let you know. Once we get another blast of winter here. God, I couldn't believe it. It was 15 degrees at the house today. It's like, good grief, what the heck? Just a little bit. People crossing the street here. Alfred and Elvira here. Yeah, yeah, we got a long story behind that one. Oof, man. He's just saying they really didn't go out for lunch. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. And a lot of the office knew about that one. Just letting you know. Alfred was kind of a sleazy guy. Nobody really liked him. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hope everything's fine with you. American, you survived our winter blast down there. Looks like you were having a little bit too much fun. I'm just letting you know. Yeah. For Alfred being one of the biggest lawyers in town. Yeah, kind of a jerk. Yeah, we could go on for stories about him. Man, yeah. Alfred J. Kuhn. Yeah, what's his name? Happy birthday to you. It's Anthony's birthday. I can't believe I'm going to be 60 here in just a few couple weeks. Oh, my goodness. What happened? What happened to our times? Just a very short time ago, I was in my 20s. I really liked Alfred, including his own mom. That, made millions, scamming people out of everything. You have a storyline here, people. Yep. You couldn't believe how cold it was this morning, though. It's like, holy crapolas. So we got the sun kind of coming through here. Watching my time. I think we might just be able to get done with this one today. Just might. Like I said, I'm not going to be on tomorrow because I got to pick up the artwork and I'll be heading downtown. Once the ice starts coming off the road, I'll head downtown. I tell you what, a friend of mine came out here to Beaverton, and it was careful walking. He discovered a nice little bar that's walking distance from my place, and they have very reasonable price on their glasses of wine. I was like, hot dang, I think I can see myself when I just want to get out of the darn house, heading up there. It's called the Poor House, which is up there on just a few blocks from me. They have every beer there is on tap, but they also have some good wine too. Because sometimes I get tired of beer, and so yay. I've been there before, but this was the first time I really was there, and it actually was quite a nice place. I think I'll definitely. It was actually quite busy for a afternoon on Friday. Just a little bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Boom, boom. Just a little bit. All right. Get some shadows going here. Just a little bit. Streetcar that goes along there. The Beaverton Transit. We're going to come back in here with a smaller brush. Add a little bit of white. Add a little bit of cadmium yellow. At this darn. Beaverton. Beaverton. Okay. Beaverton Transit Center. Cool, cool. I love to see it. Yeah, I don't know. I just love that canopy of trees. I started on this urban tree project. It's going to be a combination of the heritage trees here in Portland and also just the urban trees, the ones that you just come across and you go, wow, that's a cool tree. Okay, down here with a darker this and darker that. This is a thank you for joining us. Okay, so we got these. When you're on the platform, they have these. Oh, there's a name for them too. I just escaped me. Actually, the person who invented these was actually from Japan. And what it is that where it comes from is that when we went to where you lower the curb so a wheelchair can get on, well, that caused a problem for the people who are blind that depend on a curb. And so came up with these dot things, and there we are. That's why we have them now. Cats are curious. Yeah, I think we're gonna get done with this one today. Pretty positive. Just a little bit. Key for me is to shut up and paint. Okay. Sun's coming that way. Shadows of the people. Depends on the color, Billy. And I have never totally completely figured out which one is gloss and which one is not. So because usually your earth tones, I've noticed they tend to be duller. Where let's say there's certain, it depends on the black too. Some black is shinier. It really does depend. So yeah, I tend not to varnish my stuff. So what you get. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that. Which I know there's probably some people who are just absolute experts on colors and which one is gloss, which one is not, which And also there's other factors. It depends on the texture of the canvas too. If it's a very smooth canvas, then it you know a lot of factors involved there. Yeah, we're gonna get done with this one. Going to get done. That's two. I already can tell that's two. This building is it's built in the 1920s. First, just window. You're barely going to see anything on it, so we're not going to worry about too much detail. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay. Um, One area over here I need to do just a little bit. Okay, picked on the wrong one here. He needs to be a little taller. Yep, this guy's out of scale. I'm just looking. It's all these little adjustments you have to make. Just a little bit. Needs to be a little taller. So we're gonna make him move. This is Ian. Ian, let's just say it was interesting with Ian. His story, he didn't do very well in high school, but then he invented this TikTok group, and he's worth like 450 million. Nobody knows it because he's only about 19. Yeah, 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 Lily in there, just there playing with his phone. Nobody realizes he's worth an absolute fortune. Just letting you know. That's Ian's story. Oh, too tall. Oh, well, I got that one out of scale. Hold on. The other ones need to come up. That's what it is. They're a little out of scale. Yeah, we need to bring those all of the people up. They're too small because you got the max that's here. They're forward of the max. Max is our light rail. In case you didn't know that. Neutral area express, and this is Alfred. Well, we get to go on stories about Alfred. What was kind of cool about Alfred, though, is that he was finally taken down. Uh, they finally found him in Fiji. Yeah, yeah, whole story behind him. He doesn't realize the person behind him. She goes by Fifi, and she's actually Actually an FBI agent. A lot of people don't know that one. A lot of story going on here in this picture. Just a little bit. His backpack on. Just looking at his phone. Susan, bye. How are you doing? Greetings. Ow. Thing we're gonna get done. I'm gonna make a big effort here. I'm gonna shut up and paint. All right. Looking at the time and it's just clicking away. More yellow. I'm gonna add a little bit of a yellow ochre to that. That's too much. Yeah. I'm gonna finish this one. But we have to go over just a little bit because we're really close. Because I think the key to this one is keep it almost impressionistic and not get too carried away with detail. Billy, don't get discouraged at all. It's just like I'm just saying, you got to be careful, with the people out there. They're in droves, I tell you. But don't let that ever discourage you. What's your cat's name, Mavis? I had a piano teacher. Her cat was named Mr. Dr. Theophilus. She was into Buck Rogers quite a bit. So I sit there and play the piano, and Dr. Theophilus would like to lay on my lap while I played the piano. Dr. Theophilus was the name. I loved it. This Callenbach was a little different, to say the least. Gosh, she's been gone for probably 40 years now. I took 8 years of piano lessons with her, Miss Ballenbeck. She was a very nice person. Always carry a bottle of mace. Send them away. Yeah, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it barely, but we're gonna make this. This is where the wonderful Wolf Mexican restaurant is. Oh, they have some of the best burritos. I think it's interesting. I was after Spanish, it was interesting. They were saying the most spoken language in Oregon is actually Vietnamese. I thought that was kind of interesting. Just a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. Pushing it, pushing it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm seeing dripping out there. So you use this button again. Oh, I couldn't believe how cold it got last night. Seriously, at my house, it was 15 degrees this morning. Gosh, what is this wrong? Once I become absolute emperor, I'll make it illegal for temperatures to drop below a certain degree. Yeah, yep. I just letting you know. Green there because the trees are coming up there. Green and blue. No, we're coming down to the line here. we're gonna get that down there. Brown, blue, white. So you can see fairly wide sidewalks here in this area. You have chairs and the restaurants set their chairs and everything else out there. Chairs and tables. I think this structure actually that I'm painting on right now is actually the name in the Max stop. Then we got our fancy handy dandy. We're going to cut it close, but we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm going to go over just a little bit. I hope you don't mind. We'll start a new one on Monday. Like I told you, come on. I was on my way to Fred Meyer, which is a grocery store here in Portland, with a friend, and then we went to a nice little bar and watched a car plow into a big giant oak tree. Went off driving way too fast onto the on the ice and just flipped it around and off it went into that car's probably got about $3,000 in damage. I'm kind of guessing, maybe more. Oak tree one. Drive slow on ice. Ice is not anything to mess around with. I just don't get these people. Oh, I know how to drive in snow. You just drive normal speed. No, no. There's our max. All right. You stand back here. You a little more lighting on the trees here. Okay. Just a little more. Oh, man. Right there. We're going to get this done. I hope you don't mind a little bit longer, just a little bit over the hour. Just a little bit. We'll get this one done. I hate it when I'm really close and then I realize I've probably got about another 10 minutes into it. And okay, and then down here. I still plan to be downtown, even though with the lousy weather. I do Uh, Plan to be downtown. It's gonna be a little bit later this afternoon. Last night with my stuff. Another darn show. Good grief. Crazy. Add white to that. Yellow. All right. I think we're just about there, people. All right. A little more one thing, and then I'm going to call it good. Like I said, I have a tendency to want to do the exact copy of the photograph, and that's not what you want to do. This is supposed to be an impressionistic thing, so it's all about the light. Wow, that's too globulous. And so you got shining of the tracks here. Add just a tad of yellow ochre to that. Tad is bigger than a smidgen, just in case you're wondering. And E in there. Okay. Yeah, let's get that sun a little more. Yeah, a little more. Okay. I think we're gonna call that one good. Let me stepping back, stepping back. One thing. Good grief. All right. Sign it and famous signature here. All right. Right. The famous thumbprint. All right. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will not be on tomorrow, Sunday tomorrow, because I got to pick up my artwork, but I'll be back on Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific time right here in Oregon. You take care. We'll start a new one on Monday. Take care. Thank you again for joining me. Stay healthy, stay safe. If you're in our region, don't slip and fall on your butt. Seriously, it's slick out there. We still have quite a bit of snow. So seriously, take care. Have a good one. Bye bye. And happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. To you. Happy birthday to you. Take care. Bye bye.